Greatest generation, my ass. They've been making bozos since the beginning of time, and they're in all age groups, and I got a story to prove it.
What in the world was that? We were like surrounded by them.
You okay? I think you survived.
I did.
Okay, good job. I'm proud of you.
Whew.
Okay, so before I even get into this story, let me just tell you what the moral of the story is. If you take nothing else from this video, take this. An essential skill in life, I believe, is to be able to just act like you've been there. Okay, and when it's not to say that you need to go into every situation and have all the answers and know everything ahead of time. If you have questions, if it's something completely new to you, that's perfectly fine, but still act like you've been there. And a key to being able to act like you've been there before is awareness, self-awareness, and also just awareness of your surroundings. We were at a small wine tasting this afternoon here in New Jersey. It's the kind of deal where like you get a glass and you go around to different wineries that have representatives there and you sample other wines. Pretty self-explanatory. I would say at least half of the tasting stations, I ran into this guy. He was probably early to mid 70s, dressed as if he just got done playing 18 at his private country club. And this guy was a bona fide grade A jerk off. And he was pretty tall. And what he would do is at every station, he would kind of reach over the people who were in line in front of him with his glass outward and yell to the people who are working at the station, "What is this?" I guess trying to find out, like, is this white wine? Is this red wine? Is it sweet? Is it dry? Like, what's the deal? Like, what do you have? First of all, most of them had menus that were listed, so you could learn by reading as you wait your turn in line. And also just like, what kind of a question is, what is this? Are you having like an existential crisis where you're trying to figure out like what the meaning of life is and you're saying it as if like, what is all of this? Okay, that's a good question, but this really isn't the time for it. Again, read the room. Honestly couldn't tell if he was just entitled, ossified, drunk, or some combination of the two, but whatever the case was, he was an asshole. It's one of those situations where like nobody was reacting, nobody was doing anything about it, and I started thinking like, all right, am I just being overly critical of another person? And then there was one tasting station that we went to where he did his whole, what is this? And the guy working there was just like, oh, it's wine. And oh man, shout out to that guy. First of all, he validated my feelings that this guy was just a jerk off. And he figured, you know what, I'm just gonna come right back at this guy with a just as stupid response. Unfortunately, it was lost on the country club jerk off, but I heard it, and that's all that mattered to me. As much as I would have loved it for that guy to have a moment of self-reflection to be like, oh, am I being a total fucking moron right now? I would have loved to watch him break down and probably lose his shit because he seemed like somebody who was prone to outbursts, but unfortunately I didn't get that. But I did get to see the great response of somebody who's probably had to deal with quite a bit of shit like that over the course of the day. Shout out to the guy working at that station. Don't be a bozo. Be able to read the room and just act like you've been there a little bit, and I'll see you tomorrow.